Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for another Animal Crossing video, and today's is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do for Animal Crossing videos around here. And of course, I'm gonna go ahead and just say I know there's been definitely a lack of Animal Crossing videos that I've put out recently, and I know I've been covering Genshin a lot more recently, and really the reason for that is just because, to be honest with you, I'm just pretty burnt out of Animal Crossing. I think like a lot of players, I'm just waiting on some kind of event or update or something from Nintendo so that way I can feel a little bit more engaged and immersed in this game. But just to let you know, I still haven't given up fully on the game. I still stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, starting with a little bit of Animal Crossing, then switch over to Genshin or some other things. And I'm actually super close to finally finishing my Modern City Island, and I should probably have that done within the next couple weeks and have a DA video out for that. And I've actually recently stumbled on some DAs that I really want to check out, so I'll have a couple more DA videos coming out in the next few weeks, I promise. So with all that said, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does just go a long way in helping out the growth of this channel. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the newest collab that Nintendo and Animal Crossing New Horizons is doing. And so this video is just going to be completely about shoes and I guess clothing, streetwear, etc. So a couple hours before recording this video, I saw from the brand Puma, which if you don't know is like an athletic sneaker and clothing brand. So they posted that they're going to be doing a collaboration with Animal Crossing New Horizons. And I won't lie, I'm pretty surprised by this. You know, we're about a year and a half out since Animal Crossing New Horizons released. And so I consider myself somewhat of a sneakerhead. If you haven't been to one of my streams, I often do unboxings of different sneakers that I come across or buy, things I'm going to resell, stuff like that. I also collect vintage t-shirts that I show off on stream, and that's what I actually based my merch off of some months ago when we dropped that. So some images have surfaced of the shoes themselves, and I have some thoughts, and I kind of want to know what your thoughts are too. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them up here. These are the official Puma and Animal Crossing New Horizons sneakers. And I'm not going to lie, these don't look bad at all. I have a couple issues with some things, which I'll break down the details that I'm not really feeling and what I'm feeling here in a little bit. But I want to know from you, what do you think of these? Let me know in the comments below. So just by looking at this on foot photo, I gotta say the colorway is very impressive here. I feel like that's something they did extremely well for this shoe. I love that muted blue color. I love the mint. Mint is definitely one of my favorite colors, and this overall feels very spot on to like when I think of a colorway for the Nooks. And even the certain color of brown that they use there too doesn't clash too badly with the blue and the mint. I feel like overall, this is a good looking shoe. Now going on to some more of the details from another website that I see here. So this is more of just a straight up product shot of what you're going to get in here. And I have to say, again, looking at some of these details for what's coming with these don't look bad at all. One thing that really sticks out to me here is the lace bag itself. I don't know what exactly it is, but the lace bag just adding some extra detail to like the presentation of this shoe overall is really cool. I think it's really nice that it comes with a second pair of laces. I feel like you don't often see mint colored laces too much in shoes, so I really like that they've given that as an option. But I have to say, I think those tan and beige laces that are already currently on the shoes would look better overall than putting in the mint ones. And if we zoom in and look a little bit closer here at the details, it looks like there's a couple different villagers that are kind of impressed on the sneakers themselves. I feel like I can see Tom Nook in there. I think I see Fauna and Tia in there as well. And then another thing that really stands out to me from these first impression photos is the tongue there. It looks like there's like a little patch that says Puma on the top of the tongue, and it has like the Nook logo impressed on there. Really cool details. And then looking at the inside lining of the shoe from this angle too, you can see that that logo is also in there in green, and I think that's really cool. I'm actually surprised the amount of like detail that has gone into this shoe. If I scroll down here, I think there's a couple other photos, so we can see like the back heel here. Nothing too crazy. I see that logo again impressed upon the side. I'm kind of wondering, it looks like there's text or something on the side. I wonder what this says. Designed by Puma. I think that's kind of odd that it says designed by Puma on the side there. Obviously these are Puma shoes, and here's the Puma logo on the middle of the shoe. So I think that's kind of weird that that's on there, but doesn't bother me too much, I guess. And then finally, here's like a top up view. And as you can see, yeah, that inside lining, having the Animal Crossing New Horizons like tag in there, really small details. Like, you know, when you put on the shoe, no one's going to see the inside lining. So to go that extra distance to put in those details like that is very interesting to me. And one more thing that I noticed from this angle particularly is that the lace locks at the bottom of the laces, one of them has the Puma logo and the other one has that Nook logo, and I think that's really cool that it's a little bit asymmetrical there in terms of design. I really enjoy that. Now it also looks like there's a hoodie, and so these are probably the different villagers that are impressed upon the shoes themselves. So we have a couple of my favorites here. There's a Fauna and Gladys. I see Apollo and Octavian there, but no Dobie, no Marshall, no Marty. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. And then after a little bit of digging, I actually stumbled upon this t-shirt design too. This shirt does absolutely nothing for me. A couple like Puma logos on here, and then the Nook is on logo kind of like all over printed, and it looks like there's like a Puma and Animal Crossing New Horizons like patch. And I usually like shirts that have like a chest design on them, as you can see from like this Nike shirt that I'm wearing, but I have to say the all over print of this, the color choice, etc., I don't know, it's not really doing anything for me. So back to the shoes themselves, like I said, I enjoy the colorway overall. It's a pretty clean shoe, I have to say, especially for a trainer. But there's a couple things, as someone who really loves sneakers, that I don't necessarily love about this one. I think overall, the shoe and the line itself feel really childish. And don't get me wrong, I know that Animal Crossing New Horizons is pretty much more so marketed as a kid's game, but it seems like from that model photo of the person wearing it, it seems like this is going to be an adult line of shoes. Maybe this is going to also be a kid's line of shoes too, so maybe that's why they went in this direction. But I have to say, I feel like I would want these for my personal collection if there was just a couple small changes in the details. Now, the primary thing that sticks out to me is the sole. It almost looks a little too athletic and rubbery. Don't get me wrong, it's probably going to be extremely comfortable. That sole itself actually looks very durable, very thick, and I bet it's actually going to be an extremely comfortable shoe. The overall shape and model of this shoe actually reminds me of another shoe from Nike and a collaboration with a brand called Sacai. It's these, the Nike Sacai Vapor Waffles here. But this shoe, don't get me wrong, it's not my favorite model, and I don't really love this shoe much as some other people do. But I like that the sole itself, if you just look at the sole of the shoe, it actually feels a little bit more modern, especially when you compare it to the sole of this shoe. This one just has more of an athletic shoe sole look, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, just not for me in terms of preference and taste overall. Now, the other little bit of critique I have for the shoe is the villagers and like their faces that are on the shoe, on the toe box and on the side. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of Animal Crossing fans probably like that detail, but for me, it kind of adds to that like childlike looking feel to the shoe. And a friend of mine actually drafted up in my Discord server what they would look like if they didn't have those faces on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up here. And as you can see, I really like this. This has a little bit more of like an elevated feel, a little bit more clean and sleek overall without the faces. Personally, when it comes to collabs, I like when things are a little bit more subtle overall and not just like loud in your face. But I know some people probably do enjoy that, so I get why they went with the other one. But I see this, and even though of course it's still that more athletic looking sole, if this was the shoe that they actually pushed out, I would feel way more intrigued and want this for my personal collection. But I am hoping to be able to get my hands on a pair of these shoes. I would love to unbox these on stream and maybe for a video too. When it comes to shoes, sometimes I don't really love photos of them, but once I see them like in person and have them in hand, I really do like them. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get a pair of these. There really doesn't seem to be any information of when this is going to actually launch though, and how much are actually going to be in stock. But I have to say, based on the recent collaboration drops like the Build-A-Bear stuff, and even the Uniqlo stuff was kind of hard to get. So I'm gonna try really hard to get these for retail. If I have to get them for resale, I'll do what I have to do. I would really love to unbox these and show them to you all who aren't able to get them. So that's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. I'm just curious, are you a sneakerhead? Are you feeling these shoes at all? Would you want these for yourself, and would you wear them? But thanks so much for watching. Again, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It just does go a long way in helping out the growth of this channel. Huge shout out as as always, to my channel members, it's because of you and your continued support that I can continue to create content like this on this channel. If you want to support the channel directly by becoming a member, all you have to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe. And if you don't see that, there's a link in the description below. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you all in the next one.